welcome to day 10 of Ralston's big adventure. Alright, so we are still at Gooder Grove Hostel, just drinking a cup of coffee that Zen made for us. And then we are supposed to be headed out here in about 40 minutes to the trail. The plan today is to go 16 miles into, again, I don't know the name of the shelter, but once I find out, I'll let you know. But yeah, Zen's got the shuttle waiting for us out back, and he'll take us to the trailhead up at Franklin Mountain at Winding Stair Gap, and then we'll head out. But feeling pretty good today. Feet are not as swollen, which is good. And yeah, just ready to power through. Oh yeah, I think the weather is supposed to be kind of bad today. It does look kind of sunny right now, but I think it is supposed to rain most of the day today, so that's going to be not too fun. But again, rain, snow, sleet, shine, we are out here to get to Katahdin. So the trail continues to work in mysterious ways. I just ran into Yeti, who I haven't seen since Amicalola Falls. He just got off the trail at Winding Stair Gap, and he's probably gonna go into Franklin, take a Nero or a Zero or something. But it's just funny, you know, you see some people and you're like, I'll probably never see them again. And then they pop up at the most random times. So that was pretty cool to see them. Oh my gosh, and then look who it is. It's Sandy and Heather, the Runaways. We're seeing everybody here. It's great. This is a great morning, and it's only 9:18. All right, so we've got quite the train going here. We've seen literally everybody this morning that we have run into on trail at 9:30 at Winding Stair Gap. Like 30 hikers just all of a sudden descended on the gap. So that was a pretty fun reunion there. But we are headed up, I think, Waya Bald, going to, I think, what is it, Cold Branch Shelter?
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. So anyway, stay tuned for updates. I think it's gonna be a little rainy today, but overall, not too bad right now. Okay, so I didn't want to say this at the shelter, or at the hostel, because I didn't want Zen to hear me. But that was a very interesting stay. Just an interesting guy. Hostel was really good. It was a nice bed. But this morning, and this is crazy because I've stayed at 2 shelters on the Appalachian Trail, which are known for mice. So I'm sitting there this morning, using the bathroom, and I'm just, you know, sitting there taking a dump. And out of nowhere, this mouse runs under my feet while I'm like in a very vulnerable position. And like, what was I supposed to do? Like, I couldn't like just pop up and run out of the room. So yeah, I had a mouse in the bathroom with me this morning at our hostel. So that was a fun morning. But that's just kind of how the 2 days were spent there. But it was still overall a really good stay, and got to hang out with some really cool people. So not too mad about it, but that was pretty tough. So, update on my ankle and Achilles. They're pretty sore today. Not too bad. Not bad really at all. Just trying to take it easy. And, but still a little painful. And then, oh god, it started kind of drizzling a little bit. So, I don't think we avoided the rain like I think we would. But, all that to say, they're just staying out here, and it's no pain, no rain, no Maine. So, all that to say, we just have to keep trudging through, or we will not make it to Maine. It's all about that next step. So, you might be wondering, Austin, what do you do all day while you walk? Listen to music, podcasts, you just listen, what do you do? Well, for me, I don't listen to a whole lot of music out here or podcasts, even audiobooks, none of that. I will listen to music if I have like a last 2 mile push or something, and I'll throw on my 80s bangers playlist to get me through. But for the most part, I just listen and think. And it's amazing what your brain will come up with when it just has no distractions. It's also just really nice to listen to the birds and to hear the wind blow through the trees and hear the water. It also is nice to, if you have like a bear coming up on you, you can hear it. But and sometimes I'll get with somebody and we'll talk. But for the most part, just listen. Okay, so we're at Snowbird Gap up here on top of Waya Bald. It doesn't go across the top, but there's a trail that goes to the top. So all the way up there is Waya Bald. It's really not that bad of a climb. The thing is, it's so cloudy this morning. And like Damien said, we'll have more views. And it's supposed to, clear up this afternoon. I think we're hitting a fire tower at some point. So we should have good views at some point today, but Waya Bald, I think you're out on this one. So candy bars on trail are the best. They're full of calories. They really hold you through till lunch. And they're so stinking good. So if you're wondering ever, what should I bring on trail if I ever want to do stuff like this? Candy bars are the way to go. All right, so I've come about 5 miles in. It's been a really nice hike so far this morning. But I'm up over Waya Bald, which wasn't too bad of a climb. And then I saw what was next. So the gap that I'm going to is right there somewhere. And I've come down pretty good ways. Only to go back up that little hump, back up that little hump, all the way up to there. So we've got a pretty beast of a climb this afternoon. All right, so I made it to the gap, and now we start the climb. Dang it. So this tree's pretty funky because at the bottom, it's completely hollowed out. Let's see if there's anything inside. Nope, nothing. Also, so I really like this buff that I got from Outdoor 76. I don't really care. It does look kind of weird, but I had a huge problem last week with my forehead and my ears getting burnt, which I have a hat, so that solves the forehead problem. I don't have like a floppy hat, so my ears are just exposed all the time. So this is great because you can cover your ears, cover your forehead, and not be so daggone exposed to the sun. But yeah, so that's that. All right, so if you're wondering why I'm sitting facing uphill, my feet just have been kind of swelling, I can tell, which they don't actually look too bad. But they were kind of hurting this morning, and like I said earlier in this video, but I just decided to go ahead and just kind of prop them up and keep them elevated so that they'll kind of drain, but they're really not too bad. If you don't like feet, this is a trigger warning, I guess, but here's what they look like. So see, they're not too bad swollen. I mean, my left ankle kind of is, but they're definitely feeling a little tight. But they're feeling better now that I've got them elevated. So Jordan and Bryce just passed me going that way, and they've picked up a straggler who seems to not be learning. He doesn't really know how to shut his mouth. Out here, and people talk at the shelters, and people are loud and everything else. But like when you hike, like it's a very quiet, very tranquil, very peaceful experience. And nobody likes to chatty Cathy on the trail. And he just was yapping away about who knows what. But I just think it's funny that he got paired with them because I know they don't like it. So this may be like way too much information, but I think it is important for you in case you ever decide to do some sort of backpacking trip or whatever the case may be. So when I first started, 10 days ago, I was getting really dehydrated. And you could tell in my urine because it was like really dark. Not like kidney failure dark, but pretty dark. And I was drinking like 4 or 5 liters of water a day, just to like try my best to really regulate. Hold on, I'm gonna stop. I'm going uphill. But after 10 days on the trail, urine is finally clear, or clearer, which is really, really nice. Just knowing that my body is finally settling into trail life, and I don't know why it's doing that all of a sudden. I guess I'm losing weight or whatever it may be, but it's adapting to its surroundings. So it's amazing what your body will do when it's forced to do something. It's probably not the best, but it just shows you how capable our bodies are of surviving, which I think is pretty neat. But also if you're, curious about my health and well-being, I'm doing good. I'm staying hydrated. Got these Gatorade packs, so getting my electrolytes in. But yeah, still having a great time out here on trail. Just I think I said I was on Waya Bald earlier. That was Siler Bald. This is Waya Bald. So sorry for the confusion there. And of course, during the biggest climb of the day, the sun is just shining bright. This happens literally every single day. I'm thankful for the views, but come on, brother. Stay hidden until I at least get there. Okay, so update on the trails, just the trail itself here in North Carolina. North Carolina, you are consistent, you are soft, you are just a great trail. I mean, honestly, no climb is super steep, no descent is super steep. You just roll. You just roll, and you're great under the feet. Yeah, Carolina, you've done good. You've done well. You have done well. All right, well, the AT here on Waya Bald, just sent me on a whole emotional roller coaster. I don't know, I'm incredibly grateful to be out here, hiking this trail and seeing just so much of just how beautiful the world is and meeting such incredible people. But I don't know, I think about all my relationships from back home, and I think about, my family, and just, I have a lot to be thankful for. And the trail just really hit me hard with that, coming over Waya Bald. And that's one of the beautiful things about the trail is that, I don't know, it does things to you, man. It just does things to you. You gotta get out here to experience it for yourself. Waya Bald? I don't know, why you ask? I'm sorry, that was a really stupid joke, but I couldn't help it. It was just, they teed it up perfectly. All right, we're at Waya Bald Tower. I mean, well, you saw the view earlier, but there's these people over there just enjoying the sun in their lawn chairs with their cool freaking VW van. That's like my dream. If someone wants to sponsor me to do that around the country, please, I'm open to it. All right, so they're standing Indian, and so we would have gone, oh, sorry. Oh, shoot. Okay, that's not gonna work. Just try to follow. So that's standing Indian. We would have gone all the way around through there. Albert Mountain is over there. All the way back down a bunch of those ridges. Waya Bald is right there. We were there earlier today. And then all the way up to the tower. There's Bryce. But I mean, come on. It cannot get much better than this. So apparently, according to this here map, that mountain in the distance, right there in the middle of the screen, is Brasstown Bald, which is the highest mountain in Georgia. Who'd have thought you could see it from here? So this is pretty wild though. We've got the green all down there in the valley. But you get up here and everything is like still, I don't know if it's dead, it looks really dead, or if it's just like just not bloomed yet. But all around here is just absolutely nothing on the trees. But then just perfectly green down there. Yeah, I could stay here forever. I mean, look at this. It doesn't get much better than that. All right, well, it's time to leave Waya Bald and head to camp. I always get so sad leaving lookouts like that because they're so pretty, and especially on nice days like today. Like you just sit there and you're in the warm sun, and it's beautiful, and it's like this is what I'm here for. But all good things must come to an end, and you have to keep going. So it was time. Plus the family showed up and the kids started playing and kind of ruined my tranquility. So I left. But anyway, it was nice while it lasted. All right, so we just came from up there. That's Waya Bald. Down that hill right there, or I guess mountain, around this ridge, and back to here. So I think we have about 4 miles to get to camp. But it's this direction. But yeah, that's been the day so far. Sorry, I'm wearing down. It's time to get to the shelter and take a NAP. So last night at the shelter, or not at the shelter, the hostel, remember I told you we had a physical therapist staying with us. His name's Dave, PT Dave, and he's a little bit older than me. I think he's turning 30 on the trail. Kind of in the same situation I am as far as just like, you know, in between jobs, wanted to do this, trying to, find themselves, the whole thing. But he got the name Pac-Man on trail because his daggone backpack weighs 55 pounds. Now, let me just tell you something. Mine weighs about 32 pounds. And I thought I was pushing it. This dude has like books and like this, like, I'm telling you, his sleeping pad is like a foam mattress. the thing is probably 3 feet long and rolls into something pretty round. I mean, he doesn't. They were joking with him. They were just like, "Do you get caught in between trees on the trail? Because his thing is so long." And he puts it under his backpack, straps it underneath the bottom. But I'm just like, 55 pounds. Like, what in the world do you think is like worth bringing that much weight on the trail for? But he was staying in Franklin for a day or two to rest his feet because apparently his feet were killing him. But yeah, I just thought that was kind of interesting. But yeah, that's how he got the name Pac-Man. So, been doing a lot of thinking about it, and being out here is awesome. It really is. I mean, we've had like I think one bad day of weather, so it does that has helped. But no, being out here is really freaking cool. Yeah, this is dope. All right, so the shelter is somewhere up on top of that mountain. So there's one more little climb for the afternoon, and then we can eat dinner and go to bed, get up tomorrow, and do it all over again. So this is a 700-foot climb, and you can see Bryce and Jordan heading up that way. Looks pretty steep over the next probably 1.2 miles, I think, to camp. So yeah, I'm gonna take a snack break because I'm starving and I cannot wait to eat dinner. All right, we finally made it to the shelter. Oh my goodness. Whew. That was quite the climb coming out from down there, but we finally made it to Cold Springs Shelter. All right, camp is all set up, and check out the view. And I know it's through the trees and everything, but man, that sunrise tomorrow is going to be popping. Can't get over this. All right, it is dinner time. We have one of these. All you gotta do is boil water, pour it in, stir it up, seal it, unseal it, start it up again, reseal it, let it sit for a few minutes, and they're good to go. And they're freeze dried. So it's like, this one's like breakfast skillet. So it's got, scrambled eggs, potatoes, peppers, onions. This is gonna be hit hard. Hey everybody, just got done with my nighttime chores, so I hung my bear bag. You'll probably be happy to know that the bear bag was successfully hung. Didn't get my rope stuck this time, so we're learning and adapting out here pretty quickly. Sorry, this light is super bright, so I'm like can't hardly see. But now today was a good day. It was a long day. Trying to rest up for tomorrow. Took my daily nighttime vitamins, ibuprofen. Not sure if you've heard of it. It's a wonder drug out here, just to help reboot my body overnight for a big 18-mile day tomorrow. We've got about an 11-mile descent into the Nantahala Gorge, and then I think a 7-mile ascent out. But it's like a 3,000-foot elevation gain out of the gorge. So it's going to be a tough day tomorrow. But we're going to try to get in early so that we can spend about an hour and a half just resting from the descent so that we're not too late getting into camp tomorrow night after a big day of climbing. But what other updates? I think that's pretty much it. But we've got a lot of campers here tonight. The shelter was full, so no room in the shelter. There's several people camping up here on top of the ridge. I'm really excited for sunrise tomorrow. I think that's going to be really pretty. But yeah, fun day, but long day. But yeah, I'll let you know how things go. As always, appreciate your support. Thanks for following along. And yeah, if you ever get a chance to get on the trail, you really should do it. But anyway, have a good one. See you on trail. Hey y'all, this is Ralston here. I'm hiking the AT not only just for the adventure and the thrill and the fun of hiking the AT, but I'm also hiking for Isaiah 117 House, which is an organization dedicated to helping foster kids at the point of time that they are taken out of their house by the Department of Childhood Services. They have a great place set up for them to be able to go and where they're loved and cared for. And so if you have time today and want to make a donation, visit the link below and it will take you to the donation page. Thank you so much for following along, and thank you so much for supporting Isaiah 117. See you on the trail.